All right, well, I hit the wrong button there, so we have to start over. So anyways, here we are, March 31st, 2025, and what is going on with TikTok? A lot of people getting ticked off with TikTok because it's just not happening. Everybody's restricted. That's the main thing. Everybody on TikTok is well, I can't say any bad words. That gets you. Everybody's griping about TikTok because they're restricted. Everybody's account is restricted. Everybody, all conservatives anyways. So if you're a Trump supporter, you got a flag, you got a finger showing on your video, you know which finger I'm talking about. You say a bad word, you drink from something that's not identified as coffee or water. It's assumed to be alcohol, so now you're a deviant. I don't know. YouTube has a lot more freedom and less restrictions and less banning than TikTok does. TikTok's just gone ape poop with it. It's off the rails. And here's the thing. Conservatives outnumber the Democrats by like 3-1. 80% of people support Trump. They're not Democrats, and they're free speech. They've got American flags. They'll flip you the finger if you give them any grief. So basically everybody's getting a little bit miffed because it's not working. There's no, everybody's going to be banned. Everybody's restricted. Nobody's getting the views. I make different kinds of content. Gardening, funny videos. Haven't done any cartoons, but AI stuff. I create stuff from, and some of that AI and video editing software is kind of pricey. It's not free. So anyways, I spend time, I spend money, I spend resources creating content. Some of it's funny, some of it's just this talking head stuff because that's all you really need. But a lot of people are getting fed up with TikTok, but they're still here. They're not going to go anywhere. I'm on a lot of other stuff too, like Gab, MeWe, True Social, YouTube, and I don't know if any. I think other people are. So, but it's it's turning into a real mess. Now they're talking about YouTube's going to be sold, or not YouTube. I'm sorry, TikTok is going to be sold here is up for sale on the 5th. So I'm thinking, well, if you got a site with a number of users and 80% of them are all restricted and not getting the views, not getting the thing, not, just not the content that TikTok wants. I mean, are we all supposed to make kitten videos and have cat shit handling, people picking up cat poop with their hands videos? Is that what TikTok wants? The jiggle mat that everybody's standing, got the big fat guy standing on the jiggle, but now you can get this in my store right now for 20% off. And then you ban that one, block that one. And then there's a chick on one. Then there's this other guy on one. Then they got like 20, 30 of them. Then it goes over to the cat poop. People picking up cat litter and waste in their hands in a cat box. Oh, and then it goes to the cat litter robots. It's like, I don't have a cat. Why do I need to see 400 videos of that a day? It is like anti-content. It is the exact opposite of content. It's disgusting, actually. It's disgusting. But that's what TikTok wants to put on TikTok. Selling junk, selling stuff you don't want, putting stuff on there you don't want to see. You don't want to see people picking up cat poop with their fingers 100 times a day, but that's what TikTok's all about. So there's this other one. It's called TikTok. There's this one account here. It's called TikTok Aid Services. So, and this was coffee. It's coffee, not alcohol. Oh, got to cover that up. See, I'm already in trouble. You don't have to do anything to get in trouble. The AI or the admin or whatever it is on TikTok is keyed into banning, blocking, and flagging your content. That's all it's about. So I think a lot of people are starting to realize that TikTok is just a bunch of scam. It's smoke and mirrors, and it's not about content. It's not about creators. It's not about definitely not about freedom of speech, because again, everybody who's got anything to do with an American flag or, pro-Trump, they're all restricted now. They're all not banned yet, but well, that's the next step. But here's the thing: if you're going to sell TikTok and 80% of the users are restricted, you're trying to sell a product with 80% filler, just junk, stuff you don't want. So what are you going to, you're going to sell TikTok for, okay, so instead of $1 trillion, instead of $1 million, it's going to be worth what? 200,000? I mean, you're depleting your value by 80% if you're knocking 80% of your contributors off of into the restricted pile. I mean, isn't that kind of counterproductive to a video site, a creator site, a free speech platform, and all the, well, I don't think TikTok ever tried to or pretended to be free speech, but that's kind of what we assume in America, that you've got the right to free. Well, no, you don't have the right to free speech on TikTok. You don't have a right to anything. You got a right to look at people picking up cat poop with their fingers 100 times a day, if possible. And, for somebody like me who actually makes video, actually sits down at a computer, pays for the software, takes the time, does all the editing, the cuts, the chops, that puts the music in there, try to go back. And there's a lot of fiddling around with that. And just to make a 40-second video like I did the other day, you can do it in probably less than 10 minutes sometimes. Some of the stuff you just slap it together and pop it on there, and oh, there's a song, yeah, it's good. Put it on there, and it gets really good traffic, really good views, really popular. And then you can spend a couple hours on something to make a 30 to 60 second video, and it gets nothing. It's just kind of the way it is. But at some point, it appears that if you put a video out there and it gets like 200-300 views and a bunch of likes within an hour or two, it should kind of settle down and even off, but still have a little bit of traffic. It's not going to, be up there thousands and thousands. Not everything's going to go viral and stay viral. Yet, if you're getting a couple hundred views in the first hour or so, why doesn't that go to the next day? You get 0. The day after that, you get 0. The day after that, you get 0. And then it doesn't make any sense. People are coming to view your profile. They can't click. I mean, do people not understand how TikTok works? They think it's about just going into chat and, oh, let's go over to WhatsApp and I can give you I give you this big bag of money. That's the other one of these. There's like 100 of these even Kates. Oh my God, I've deleted so many even Kates and reported them because Evan Kate or even Kate, there's all Supercar Blondie. These are all a bunch of scammers. They all run the same script. I'm a billionaire, heiress. I've got an oil refinery and a furniture company. I work out of New York, but companies in Jacksonville, Florida. And then you start, and their English is terrible. They, what am, or what, they just, their English is so off. And so I started asking them, is English your first language? And Supercar Blondie is Australian, or in Australia, in Dubai or something. And it just, you get the feeling that whoever's typing this doesn't know English. It's not this, well, I know it's not Supercar Blondie because, there's a dozen of them using the same exact pictures, the same exact profile, the same exact script. Evan Kate, hundreds of them. Then you got these Dubai prints. They got all this different colored gold. They got yellow gold on their, and they got pink gold on something else. They got this other gold. They're all, they got these goofy looking glasses on, and they got, piles of money, and they write something down and they put it in an envelope and they go on to the next, and they got thousands and thousands. Is that really content? Is that like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But a lot of people are getting ticked off at TikTok, and they're very underwhelmed with the performance. Nothing is worth. And then as soon as you get to your goal or whatever, your 10,000 views, you're going to sell cat litter, you're going to sell kitty robots, and you're going to sell jiggle mats and or moringa in a jar. And it's just a bunch of Chinese crap is all it is. It's all about marketing junk to users. And then the TikTok services, you're banned, you're blocked, you're restricted. Oh, we can fix that. $120 software fee. That's for the software. I can imagine there are a lot more fees on there for you to get your 10,000 views and your ABS, anti-block software. I put a picture of it on a little bit ago. This TikTok aid services. So there's a hack for TikTok. You can hack it. I don't think it'd be even worth the time. I got resources. I could probably hack TikTok or get the program, figure out what's going on there to hack it myself and run my own TikTok aid services. But I just don't think it's worth it because, I mean, do you want to sell kitty litter? Do you want to sell cat robots or litter robots? I mean, I just don't get it. I think TikTok's imploding under the weight of its own hype, and it's not going to be around much longer. It's going to be like one of those what was that stupid show they had on? You answer questions, and it starts out with like 1 million people on there. I can't remember the name. I'll figure it out, but one day. But that thing used to be very wildly popular. 7 o'clock every night, everybody punch in. There'd be 100,000 or 1.5 million users, and then you start answering the questions. You go down. Well, you didn't get the answer right, so you're off. You didn't get the answer, so it gets it down to a few final 3 or 4 people, and you're looking at winning, $20,000 or $30,000 or whatever. And that thing went on for months. We played that, and I know a couple people that got in the top 3 or whatever, and they won money on that. It was like $1. It was like $3 or something. It was just pathetic. So you got to be aware that most of the stuff you see online is a bunch of hooey and scams, and that's pretty much what TikTok's turning into. They're falling way short. A lot of people are underwhelmed and, just fed up with it. But my suggestion is go away from TikTok, get away from it. Go to YouTube, go to Gab, Truth Social, go anywhere. But here's the thing, the majority rules. If the majority of users leave TikTok or are just stay restricted. I'm not going to get unrestricted. I'm going to stay restricted. It's a matter of principle. I shouldn't have to pay $120 to be on TikTok to stay unbanned. Anti-block software for $120. It's all a scam. TikTok is just a Chinese scam. And I think it should be regulated. I think TikTok should be banned. I hope it is. I hope it gets banned. I hope they ban TikTok. I really do. So that's just my take on it. But I got to get to work. It's getting late. What is it, like 7:30, 7:45? So, yeah, TikTok sucks.